Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Mox?
Guys, AEW Dynamite just finished up. We got one takeaway from the show that was halfway decent. A lot of random things went down. A lot of multi-man matches, as per usual, typical AEW type things.
Freaking 12-man match.
Yeah, 12-man tag match, which is a lot going on. We have interesting things, new challengers for the tag team titles, a new challenger for the AEW World Championship. We got a lot to get into from a packed show of AEW Dynamite. Let's jump right into it. Before we do it, remind you guys to drop a like on this video and the previous videos, like the AEW is better than WWE video I just dropped before this one. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching. Subscribe to the channel. Notification bell so you get alerted when new videos drop, just like this one, the one previous to this one, the NXT one coming out after this one. Follow me on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the same stuff, all the same handles. Follow me on all those social platforms. In the description section below, you got the 3 links: highspots.com, Fight TV, Honor Club, and Amazon. Shop through there, but use all the 3 links in the description section below. It kicks back towards the channel. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, all the support. Let's jump right into it. One takeaway from AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite started off with a 6-man tag. You had Matt Hardy and Private Party going against Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order. You had John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. They're trying to make friends with Hangman Page. I don't know. They were building up Dark Order with Brody Lee, but then Brody Lee gets hurt and he's gone. He loses the TNT title, and then they go back to a joke as they were before. So
yeah, it sucks. It's like they were actually really interesting at one point when Brody Lee was there, but now they're just like a gimmick, just a joke gimmick. I mean, they kind of belong in WWE. Like that kind of.
Some could say they McMahoned the gimmick. So it's possible. Yeah. Now Hardy and Private Party get the win here. We'll see what happens going forward with what do you call it? This guy, Adam Page and Dark Order. We'll see what happens then, and we'll see what happens with Private Party and Matt Hardy. I'm eventually assuming that they're going to turn on Matt Hardy eventually.
Figure.
Yeah. Next thing on the show, we had Cody Rhodes with Angelico. Before this match, you would see that Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes are pregnant with their first child, so congratulations to them. They are expecting their first child, so shout out to both of them. Big time stuff there. Rhodes.
So he'll be the great grandson of a plumber. Right?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
So Cody Rhodes gets the win here, but the interesting after this, you have Taz coming out with Team Taz making fun of Cody Rhodes, all that. And then you have Darby Allin in the crowd as per usual, and Sting comes out. So Sting is implementing himself again into this feud. He will most likely team up with Darby and Cody to go against Hobbs, Cage, and Starks. So we'll eventually see that going forward. When that happens, we'll wait to see. I'm assuming they may save it for a pay-per-view, but I don't know how long they have. They have a long way to wait till their next pay-per-view.
Yeah, so but like, I mean, I like the way they're building it. They're going slow with it. I do like he just comes out in the dark, and we're not sure. He's kind of on their team, but he's still looking at that Darby up in the sky. Like, I'm taking my gimmick, buddy. That's my gimmick. But and it's definitely interesting. It's cool to see Sting, man.
It's cool. And they do it for the New Year's show. We would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised they do it for the New Year's the New Year's show, which they're hyping up because NXT does have a big New Year's show, so they might try to counter program that with Sting in a match in the ring. Yeah. Next thing on the show, we have Eddie Kingston addressing his enemies. His enemies being Archer and Triangle of Death, Pac, Fenix, and Penta. He would go on and talk all his trash, and then the whole bout brawl would ensue. Now it's a 4-on-3 because Butcher, Blade, and Kingston going against Archer and the Triangle of Death. So they have the numbers there. Interesting though, the most interesting about all this is that everybody there's a heel. Everybody. So it's heels fighting heels. Seems kind of pointless. Heels fighting heels. Heels fighting heels. So it's kind of weird. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on with this, and we'll see what they do with the fact that it's 4v3. Maybe they get another member, Eddie Kingston and his family, or they just drop one of the guys from the other group to make it a 3-on-3. But
it is weird, like what the heel thing. I'm not really behind any group right now. It's like, who's gonna get over? I don't know. It's kind of a mess.
I mean, I guess technically you have Archer and Triangle of Death turning to faces by going after Kingston and his family. It could be that.
Yes, but I don't know. We'll see. And then later on in the show, there's a whole thing going on. So I don't know. There's a lot going on right now in this whole feud.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, so that would happen. They would all brawl, and that would be the end of that. The next thing on the show is a 12-man tag team match, big time tag team match. Best Friends, Top Flight, and the Varsity Brothers and Brandon Cutler going against the entire Inner Circle, MJF and minus Wardlow. Yeah. So the match is too much going on in this match. Way too much. Too many people. But
I like this match.
The most interesting thing about this, Inner Circle gets the win, defeating Top Flight and everybody, but it leads into following matchup coming, I believe, next week, it's Top Flight going against MJF and Chris Jericho. That's a big time rub for Top Flight. A
huge rub.
An extremely young tag team.
I mean, they've been here 10 minutes, and like they're already going up against like arguably the two biggest stars in the company at the moment. So it's definitely, this match was a lot though. It was just a lot.
It's way too much.
Too much going on. I hate 12-man tags. There shouldn't be any more than 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Like once you get past that, there's too many bodies. The ring is full of people. They can't even throw guys to the ropes because it's like there's guys on every side of the rope. It's just too much. But I mean, Top Flight, they gave a little promo afterwards. We'll see what they're about, but I mean, they're pushing young stars. That's part of AEW. You have to develop talent, and this is how they're doing it.
It's tough because these guys are like 19 and 20 going against MJF and Chris Jericho. I mean, it's just babies going against these two guys. But we'll see what happens. Big time rub there. There's also issues between MJF and Jericho again, because MJF received the New York Times Award for Best Performance for the Dinner Debonair that they did. So he got it for himself, but Jericho didn't get it. He was part of it, and there was kind of still feuding there. So we'll eventually see the breakup coming down the road.
DJ was kind of pissed.
Yeah. Next thing on the show, we had SCU going against the Acclaimed.
Rap battle.
Yeah, the match wasn't all that great, but the Acclaimed got the win here, and then they challenge the Bucks for next week to the AEW Tag Team Championships. Now they're the fifth seed, a fifth ranked tag team. I have no idea how or when that happened, but they are. I'm assuming a bunch of AEW dark matches, which I don't think should count, but whatever. They're the fifth ranked team, and they're taking on the Young Bucks next week. They basically just showed up on AEW television a couple weeks ago. Now they're ready in a tag team match. Pretty interesting. So
they beat SCU. So SCU is probably worth like 2 or 3 points up the board. I'm guessing. No one really knows the algorithm that AEW uses to seed people, but whatever. Again, younger tag team is trying to build up younger talent, keep everything fresh. They only have 2 hours of a show. They can't have the same feuds going on over and over. They want to save stuff. So let's bring in new guys to see if we can get them over, and then we get to the real tag teams.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing on the show, we have Big Swole and Serena Deeb taking on Diamante and Ivelisse. Another tag team match that wasn't really all that great. Deeb and Swole get the win. That's pretty much all there is to it right here. I mean, you had there's Jade Cargill's involved in all this. So is Nyla Rose. She came out. She hit the ring. She attacked the winners. Red Velvet hit the ring with a chair in hand and attacking people. It's a lot of pieces being thrown out here. There's a lot. We also had in backstage, we had Thunder Rosa being attacked by Reba and Britt Baker, so that feud continues there. But at least they're getting the women all on the show. At least they're doing that. That's the first step to the next, get to the next level.
This kind of felt like that. We just haven't had the women really, doing anything of any interest really. So there was like, let's get all the girls out there. Let's remind people that we have a women's division.
Yeah, it's remind we have all these people in the women's division. Yes. Next thing on the show, we had no disqualification world title eliminator match. Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. This match was all over the place. Typical Joey Janela type stuff. Nothing surprising there. Omega does get the win. You had Don Callis and Omega pretty much doing commentary and talking through the entire matchup. He gets the win here. Then this is the interesting. This is the one takeaway we have from the show, and it is Pac, Fenix, and Penta come out afterwards and saying that since in the Eliminator tournament previously, the tournament that Kenny Omega won, he was supposed to face Fenix before facing Hangman Page. So in the semifinals, he's supposed to face Fenix. Phoenix was hurt in the match against Penta the round prior, so he ended up facing Penta. So he has an actual gripe there that he does deserve a shot because he was taken out of the tournament and didn't get his shot.
I guess.
So, either way, he would have lost to Omega anyways, but whatever. You got to take it for what it is. So Pac comes out, says this, you have Kenny and Don Callis saying that you can't make matches, and he says that Pac reveals per Tony Khan, Omega will defend it against Phoenix on December 30th. So they already have this big matchup set up for the New Year's show. So that's why I think Sting might be on that show as well. But this takeaway number one, the fact that Pac comes out, names this match, so Phoenix is the next guy to take on Kenny Omega for that championship. So a big time match.
Yeah, these guys have history from AAA when they were, they had some bust-ass matches that people, I never saw any, but this is like just hearing on the internet. People, they took the internet by storm, so I'm excited to see this on AEW on a bigger platform. I'm sure they're going to steal a show type of match. Both guys are so good in the ring. It's going to be a great match. I'm excited for it. It feels a little bit random that this is who we're throwing out against Kenny. We're going to throw a little stipulation about the tournament thing. Okay, I guess we can do that. I was actually more excited for him versus Pac than him versus Ray. But still, it's gonna be an interesting match. I think they're in a little bit of a holding pattern right now with him going back to TNA, back and forth. He's got a thing with the Good Brothers over there. That's bringing back the original Biz Cliz, the Bullet Club, which is cool. And then here, I think we're kind of we're waiting for the Mox rematch. I think that's where they're gonna go. I'm not sure because his wife is pregnant, whatever. But I still think that's where they're gonna go. Save that for the rematch when Mox makes a return and wants the title back.
Yeah, which could happen. Now, that's takeaway number one. That happening. Pac and crew coming out and naming that match for December 30th. Can be a big show. But let's get into it really quickly before we end the video. Kenny Omega did show up on Impact last night on Tuesday, and he got involved with his boys, the Good Brothers, the Big LG, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun. So they're having issues with the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabian, Alex Shelley, and he's having issues with Rich Swann, who is the Impact World Champion. So they will have a match at the next pay-per-view for Impact Hard to Kill. Yep. It will be a 6-man tag. Now will we see eventually, maybe Gallows and Anderson come to AEW and face the Bucks? Could see that. Could we see Kenny Omega taking on Rich Swann one-on-one on Impact for that championship, and Kenny Omega adding another belt to his collection? So there's a lot going on there. Big time stuff happening on Impact and AEW with the cross promotion that they're doing. So awesome stuff there. Makes you want to at least want to watch the clips of Impact where Kenny Omega is there, because that's what we're doing right now. Because
I don't own Impact. That's
exactly. So it is what it is. But guys, that's the video we have for you guys today. One takeaway from AEW Dynamite. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, for those work, bro, not do the job.
Later, Marks.